Hello, hello. We're back. Have some fun of Morgana. Requiem for Innocence tonight, except for we're doing Happily Ever After, which we tried to do on Friday, and then the stream just died. So, um, we seem to be having better luck today already. So that's always a good thing. Um, if you're new here, I'm Kels. You'll be hearing me a lot. I will be reading a lot, but I will do my best. I do not guarantee I read well. Let's recap and just get into it. So, Emeon talked about how he watched a huge battle between East and West armies. Michael spoiled the storytelling, but they still ended up considering going off to see the world together. Michael had a dream of a healthy Emeon, happily dragging him along through a verdant field for a life of adventure. Emeon was somehow sharing this dream with him and got to hear what he thinks about being friends. Michael found Emeon slumped on the floor when he woke up, waiting to say goodbye before succumbing. Then Emeon confessed that he was lying about most of his backstory and actually came from nobility, then got shunned as a sinner for having an illness. Michael realized that Emeon hid the truth because of the similarities in their backgrounds would have affected how he felt about Emeon. Michael changed his mind and begged Emeon to stay and asked Morgana to cure him, but Emeon gave up and told Michael to hold on to these feelings. When Emeon was at the door, Morgana appeared before him, and he's apparently always been able to perceive her. Morgana offered a wish to him if he told the actual truth to Michael. She knows only hopeless people can see her, and Emeon is looking for her to curse the Castanier family he came from. In return, she wants him to mentally devastate Michael by betraying his friendship so she can use him more easily. But now Emeon truly does care about Michael and doesn't want to curse anyone anymore. That does seem to be the Michael effect. Like, I don't know how he does it, but he's just a good being. Aemion refuses to betray Michael, and Morgana taunted that his death won't even matter to Michael. He was originally Noemi Castagnier, but he died as Aemion and acknowledged Michael as his first friend, even if they knew nothing of each other. Yeah, the neat little twist that if they had known literally anything about each other, they would not have become friends is so sad. Like, I can't get over that. All right, let's get into Happily Ever After. I have no idea who we're going with now. I was not expecting to see Michael in Acento Delle, so um, let's see where we go from here. A tale beyond their happy end. We seem to be in modern day because that looks like, I mean, I guess we have an alarm clock, but that looks like an air purifier or a humidifier or something. I know, I'm really hoping this is happier. Like, please, they deserve happiness. Mm. No going back to sleep today, Michael. Time. What's the time? What? 9? We're meeting at 10. That was my second alarm, wasn't it? Out of bed. Now, no time to waste. This is why we need Giselle. We can't get up without her. Oh, maybe it's a fan. Yeah. It's something. It is probably not in the original mansion. So, how big of an oaf would I look if I were late because I slept in? Normally, I have no problem waking up. But I had trouble falling asleep last night thanks to my nerves. What am I, a 5-year-old? Breakfast. I can do without. I need to get dressed and cleaned up. Okay, yeah, like, so the black bar is a handle to carry the fan. It looks like it would be really heavy, so, I don't know. Teeth brushed, check. Hair brushed, check. Buttons all lined up properly, check. Tag removed from my new shirt, check. Room, a disaster. I was planning to clean it when I got up this morning. That's fine though. It's not like I'm inviting her over. Are we going to go meet? Are we going to see our reuniting with Giselle? I shouldn't even be thinking about that on our first time out. Okay, all set. Here goes. Is this going to be our first date? Happily ever after. I don't know what the is, but the squiggly lines. There are memories, memories ingrained in my soul. Were I to tell anyone, they might think I was mad, or maybe that I had been reading too many New Age self help books, or possibly even that I was a member of a shady cult. But in any event, it likely wouldn't give many people a good impression of me. In my memory of my past life, the soul was held in great regard, and the church wielded nearly absolute power. But neither of those things were true of the present day. While people had more freedom, more choices, and more opportunities than ever before, there were things they had lost, no longer accepted. That the soul was real, that miracles actually happened, that there was still so much about the world we didn't know, didn't understand. People these days were simply not inclined to accept such truths. But I wasn't particularly troubled by the fact that few were likely to believe me. I didn't feel alone in my knowledge, because I wasn't. Exactly, a cult like Maria thought he was in. I forgot about this picture. Sorry, I'm sure that was fantastic audio, so I'm so sorry if anyone had earphones in. Uh, because on that fateful day, we found each other again. She turned towards me, the very same Giselle from my memories. And just as I recognized her, she too knew exactly who I was. For the two of us have memories, memories ingrained in our souls. And no longer did those memories serve as shackles. If I can keep up this pace, I should make it right on time. Thank goodness. Oh no, we didn't eat breakfast. Please, for the love of all that is holy, don't growl in front of her. In a turn of events that can only be described as miraculous, we were reunited after nearly 1,000 years. It was the sort of dramatic moment you might see at the end of a movie or a novel, the point at which the story was finished and nothing more needed to be told. But our lives continued on past that moment. Yes, we're getting the fan fiction of afterwards. Like, that's all I need. Exactly. I had these memories since I was born. It was really awkward being a 5-year-old with that knowledge. My first words were obese rats. But our lives continued on past that moment. An uneventful, hardly noteworthy succession of days. Nothing particularly different from what you might find in any other random person you chose off the street. But it was that little fistful of happiness we had sought for so many years. We were just two ordinary people now. There is no drama or excitement in the tale that follows, only a small slice of two regular lives. We're getting the fan fiction afterwards. I'm so excited. It had only been about a week since our reunion. And while I would have loved to grab Giselle by the hand and take her home with me right then and there, I couldn't simply uproot her from her own life. Both of us were busier than we had been in the Middle Ages, myself with work and her with university. So after that, we quickly caught each other up on our present life situations, exchanged contact information, and agreed to meet up the following week. I then walked her to the station, and that was the end of that. A rather underwhelmingly mundane conclusion to such a dramatic, tearful reunion. Especially coming right after I had said, I want to spend my days with you, with that smile always at my side, and nothing to get in our way. Though I suppose it shouldn't have come as any surprise that reality wasn't as simple as fairy tales. That meant today would be our first chance to spend any real quality time together, hence the butterflies in my stomach and having not gotten much sleep last night. By all accounts, I had no reason to be nervous. We knew each other better than perhaps two people ever should. But this was different. This was now. We weren't just in a new era. We'd been given entirely new lives. What life is she living now? That's a really good question. We know that so since we've played through the first part of reincarnation, we know that she just graduated from university. And since we know that reincarnation starts a year after they've met each other, we must be a year prior. So she's still got to be in university now. But what her actual life is like, good question. Are we actually going to find out what Michael does for work? Like, they kind of danced around it in what we've read of reincarnation so far. So I'm really curious, like, what does he do? Not a second late. Uh, am I here first? Thank goodness. I want to start off on the right foot here, and keeping her waiting is not the way to do that. I am just imagining Michael fumbling this after 1,000 years trying to reunite and just having the absolute worst first date. Yeah, another brothel manager. But thankfully, Michael did not make it here before her. Good morning. Good morning, Giselle. Oh, look at us! Oh, we combed our hair so cute too. Like, I love this art style. Um, like, don't get me wrong, I do enjoy the sprites from Reincarnation, but this, like, almost hand-painted seeming art style is just so beautiful. Oh, look at him. That's my son. Exactly, this is what we look like when we aren't anime. He's going to fumble and she's going to love every moment of it. That is so true. Good morning, Giselle. Are you feeling okay? You're as red as a beet, and you're breathing pretty heavily. Never felt better. Well enough to do a little running, in fact. You ran all the way here? There was no need to rush. I didn't want. Um, I hope I didn't keep you waiting. Oh no, not at all. You're here right on time. I suspected you might show up early, so I wanted to be here at least 5 minutes beforehand. I suppose I did show up a bit early. When did you get here exactly? Uh, about 5 minutes ago, I think? Now, the truth? 9:30. That's way too early! I, I was just, I was so eager to see you again. I'm sorry. I let myself get a bit too excited, didn't I? No, it's fine. I mean, I hardly slept for the same reason, so... Anyway, I'm sorry for making you wait so long. No worries. I spent the extra time in the cafe right there, and I couldn't have been happier. Happier about waiting? Absolutely. You can see the station's entrance through the cafe's windows. And I was sitting there, giddily imagining you out there among the crowds looking for me. The 30 minutes went by before I even knew it. Is that so? Was was that creepy? No, no, not creepy at all. Just my heart may have skipped a beat. Ah. And don't forget, I'm a pro when it comes to waiting. Half an hour may as well be half a second. I am. I'll still try and avoid keeping you waiting in the future. I'd appreciate that. So, what's the plan? Exactly. She's been waiting for centuries. 30 minutes feels like a picosecond to her. There we go. Don't tell me you rubbed one out before you met me. I know you must be elated to finally have one after centuries. You said you were going to choose where we went. Yeah. Today's schedule was all on me, at my own request. Michael, why would you do that to yourself, man? First dates are the absolute worst to plan, like, or at least in my opinion. Like, on one hand, it's really nice to have the control, but on the other hand, like, you spend so much time second guessing. Like, oh my God, are they going to like it? Are they not going to like it? But what if they don't like this? Or what if they don't like that? Like, why would you do that to yourself? For one, I wanted to show her I could be more proactive than in the past. And for two, I wanted her to just be able to enjoy the day without worrying about anything else. Oh, that's so sweet. After all, This was our first date. Shall we start with the movie then?
Oh, I like that idea. I haven't been to the cinema in a while, but it's just not the same watching on a TV at home.
I can't wait. Yeah, it's true. First date can never be as terrible as Atsu, and he told me. It's like, God, at least like Michael and Giselle are definitely not teenagers because I can only imagine how badly this would have gone if they were teenagers. I was afraid it might come off as too safe, but Giselle seems fond of the idea. Thank you, whoever invented movie theaters. And thank you, whoever wrote that dating manual. Oh, God. You know, this nerd was studying up on, like, what is best first date activities?
So, what are we going to see?
Uh, oh no.
Oh?
Hmm, what should we see? Yeah, I mean, exactly. Normally, you don't want a movie first date because you don't talk and get to know each other, but they know each other. And besides, then you can kiss during the movie because you don't need to get to know each other.
So, you only decided on a movie and not a specific one, Michael. I thought you wanted to go because you had something in mind.
Sorry, I was so focused on figuring out where to take you. Oh, tripped 2 steps out of the gate. I don't know if we're going to get a choice, but if we do, um, get to make a choice, we will definitely save beforehand. Because of course, we have to know all of the information about this first date. I need to know it, like, in my soul.
Oh, don't beat yourself up. It's fine. Finding something to see once you're there is fun too.
Let's do that then. I mean, to be fair, it's not like they really know each other's favorite movie genres because back in the Middle Ages, there weren't movies yet. Or at least I don't think there were. I could be wrong. We'll go to one of the bigger theaters. Something with a large selection.
Perfectly.
Per- wow, I can read. Perfect. Yeah, they predate movies, yeah. It's not like they were going out to the local theater and watching productions, so.
Michael, very, very silly question for you.
Yes.
Are you someone who gets popcorn at the theater?
Well, she wasn't lying about how silly it was. That said, my empty stomach appreciates her bringing up the subject of food.
Michael?
Right, not usually. I prefer to focus on the movie. Michael, why would you say that?
Oh, really? I like to have a bag to munch on while I'm watching, personally.
By all means.
It's not going to bother you hearing me crunch in your ear?
Not particularly, no. If it were anyone else, then maybe. I'm in a popcorn mood today myself, so I'll get a bag as well. Can't fight this hunger any longer.
Oh? All right, then we'll get one salted and one sweetened. Oh, the ticket counter's open. Have you decided what we're seeing?
Is there anything you'd like to see? I was thinking you could choose.
Mm, I want you to decide, Michael. I'm curious to see what kind of movie you pick.
I see. Well then. Oh, we are going to get the choice. All right. I'm saving, but the choices are, because we have a delay: action, romance, horror, animated, or naughty. I'm trying to imagine what kind of movie theater we've gone to that they're just going to have a naughty movie going, but we gotta pick something smutty. Do we want to go for naughty movie then? uh, I I don't think French theaters, like normal French theaters, just have R-rated or I guess X-rated movies running often. But you know what? Let's go see a naughty movie with our hot wife that we're taking on her first date. How about this one?
What?
Huh?
Do you really Want to see that one?
Yeah, it sounds like an interesting romance.
Busty Maid Paradise, Lost in Her Mountains.
Excuse me? I accidentally pointed to the 18 plus movie next to it. No, that wasn't the one I wanted to.
Right.
Oh, thank goodness, I meant the.
Let's do it. Let's watch Busty Maid Paradise.
Oh my god. Let's what?
I know how hard it must have been for you to work up the courage to ask, and I'm not about to trample on your efforts, Michael.
I. Wait. What?
It'll be a little awkward, but I'll try to deal with it.
Whoa, 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 stop. I didn't.
You're a boy, and they didn't have movies like this on our previous life. I completely, totally understand why you'd want to watch it.
No, please stop. I swear that wasn't the one I was pointing to. Besides, I'm not a boy. I'm a 27-year-old man, and I've lived in this era long enough to know there's plenty more where this came from. But that's not the point.
Oh, no need to be bashful, Michael.
That smile is scaring the hell out of me.
Now come on, let's get going. Excuse me, I'd like 2 tickets for Busty Maid Paradise.
No, you don't. Why are they even showing this in a damn theater? Oh my god.
Are you all right, Michael?
Exactly. Hot Maid wants to resurface. Look, obviously don't do it for a first date. But if they don't have a maid outfit somewhere in the back of their closet when they start living together, they need one. That's all we need to go to. Olive.
You startled me when you ran out of the theater, and then I find you on the ground outside, lying on a puddle of your own nosebleed. You should get some rest. There's a bench right there.
I'm sorry about everything.
I had fun watching your face turn every color of the rainbow, so don't worry about anything.
How am I supposed to not worry? It was my job to plan out this date, and I've gone and made a total disaster out of it.
And it was, a very bold film. What we saw of it, at least. I've never seen one of those kinds of movies before.
I'm not sure what I'd even say if you watched them regularly.
Do you watch them very often, Michael?
Huh?
I mean, most guys do, right?
Well,
Don't be afraid to tell me. I'm very open-minded. I won't be upset even if you watch them every day.
I see.
Although, now that you have me, I kind of don't really like the idea of you looking at other women like that.
I love how she's like on our first date, no more porn for you. Exactly, we know Michael's into big boobs.
I'm kidding. Forget I said anything.
Sure.
That nosebleed's still going, huh?
And whose fault is that?
Oh, thank goodness it stopped.
Thanks something.
I was getting ready to call an ambulance if it went on much longer.
Would make a great punchline to this train wreck of a first date.
Well, now that you're feeling better, what's next on the schedule?
All right, do we want to reload and see what our other options were? And if we do, what do you want to see next? New headcanon. The idea of Michael having a harem of concubines is something Giselle picked up from watching this movie. All right. We have action, romance, horror, or animated. Animated, all right. How about this one?
Oh, an animated movie? Oh, just look at them. They're all so small and adorable. The poster makes it look like a children's movie, though.
I thought it would be nice to see something easygoing and relaxing.
Oh, yeah, starting off the day with something heavy doesn't seem wise. This is probably a safe choice, then.
Plus, they're usually written so adults can enjoy them too, such as parents watching with their kids.
I hope it's good.
All right, well, I'll go get the tickets. I won't be too long.
I'm coming with you, and I'd at least like to pay for
No, please, allow me, if you would.
Uh, okay. I thank you.
Exactly. Caterwallop, the movie. Uh-oh.
Why did Kenny die so many times?
Why indeed?
Why was it so gruesome when everyone's so cute and stylized?
Why indeed?
It was a cartoon.
Why was everyone so vulgar? Did they go see South Park the movie? Why indeed?
That was not the calm and relaxing movie I was expecting. I have an overwhelming urge to shout, "You bastard!"
I'm very sorry.
Not at you, Michael. At the movie, and the characters, and whoever wrote it.
I wasn't expecting it to be a dark comedy. What on earth was the Ratings Commission thinking? How was that at all appropriate for ages 12 and up? That's true, this might narrow down what year this takes place in.
What a horrible, terrible movie, honestly. Although, it was pretty funny.
To tell you the truth, I had trouble holding back laughter at points as well.
I guess a little dark humor isn't bad every once in a while. It looks like it was based on a TV show too, so we should get together and watch it sometime.
Giselle and Michael watching South Park was not on my bingo card. 30 seconds ago, you were saying it was terrible. Now you're planning a binge watch?
I'm not going to binge watch it, silly. And I'm certainly not curious to see how many different ways they can come up with to kill Kenny.
I feel like I've just gotten a glimpse at Giselle's dark side.
But we can arrange that later. What's next on the schedule?
Alright. So we have seen animated. Alright. And we are leaving romance for last. So what is that? Action or horror? Alright, let's go see an action movie. How about this one?
Ooh, I've heard this movie is non-stop action from start to finish. People can't get enough of it. They're coming back to see it again and again. I'm excited to see what all the fuss is about.
Are you a big fan of action movies?
I wouldn't say I'm a big fan, but I watch them from time to time. If one's showing on TV, I won't change the channel, so I've probably seen most of the big names at least.
Well, I'm glad to hear you don't hate them at least. Women don't tend to be very fond of action movies. Michael, where are you going with this, my dude?
No, Michael, that's just being sexist. Girls don't only watch mushy romance movies, you know.
South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut was released in 1999, but we don't know when the French release was. So possibly they're staring down the threat of Y2K is what I'm hearing.
Anyone can enjoy any kind of movie. Action, mystery, suspense, horror. Your gender doesn't determine your tastes.
You're right. I apologize. I can think of one blonde-haired Italian woman with a particular taste for guns and sharp objects who makes a perfect counterexample.
And what about you? Are you a big action movie buff?
I enjoy them, yes.
There's a surprise. I assumed you'd be more into literary or mystery stuff.
Is that how I come off?
It's how I imagined you.
It's always satisfying to watch a strong character in action. And sometimes I wish I could be like them.
So what you're saying is you want to be all big and beefy.
I'd never deny that. Anyway, I wouldn't call myself an action movie buff. I enjoy watching them, but not any more than your average guy. And there are some kinds I have trouble with.
Such as?
Anything involving crusaders.
Yeah, not many people our age can claim to be traumatized by history.
I can still watch the movies, I'm just not particularly fond of them, so don't worry about it too much. Alright, well, I'll go get the tickets. I won't be too long.
I'm coming with you, and I'd at least like to pay for...
No, please, allow me. If you would.
Okay. Um, I. Thank you. That was amazing! Cars zooming through the desert, non-stop explosions, badass ladies, a flame-throwing guitar. I have a need for speed right now.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Slow down, Giselle. It was an impressive movie, I'll give you that, but what are you about to do?
I'm buying a motorcycle.
Do you even have a license?
Who needs one when you can feel the speed?
You're going to hurt yourself.
Fine then, I'll get a guitar and have it customized.
You're going to hurt someone else.
Can I at least get my head shaved?
Please, for the love of God, no. Finally, you've settled down.
Sorry, I'm okay now. The movie just dug its claws so deep into me I couldn't get them out even after it was over. What a terrifying film.
I'm more terrified by what it turned you into. For a moment, I was sure you were actually going to shave your head.
I can be influenced pretty easily by movies and stuff. But don't think I get like that after every action movie.
I would advise you never watch one again if you did. Did they watch Mad Max? Look, that would be amazing. Like, I get Giselle's thing then, so.
Don't you worry though. I'm back to my calm and tranquil self now.
I question whether those words are ever appropriate to describe you, but nonetheless, I am glad to see you're back to normal. I don't think I've ever seen such an exhausting movie before. I feel like I spent 2 solid hours sprinting. Alright. So, horror now? Did Mad Max have a flame-throwing guitar? Because that might be the distinguishing one. I was going to say, like, horror might be, like, the most romantic, because, you know, like, you're scared, you can hold on to each other, but, I don't know for these two. So, we'll do horror, and then we'll end with romance. How about this one?
That looks pretty scary. I hope there aren't too many jump scares.
If you're not a fan of horror, we can see something else.
Oh no, I'm fine with the movie. I'm curious how it'll turn out, even if it does look creepy. Look at how much they packed into the poster. It makes you want to know how all the pieces come together.
That's precisely why I chose this one, in fact. This part in particular, with the mansion draped in fog. Oh my god, Michael!
Uh,
Uh,
I feel like I've seen this somewhere before.
the similarity's probably coincidental.
Oh, and did you read the tagline? Death shall befall all you who set foot in this house.
I feel like I've heard that before.
Well, like you said, it's probably a coincidence. That said, I'm even more interested in seeing it now, but for other reasons.
Indeed. Alright, well, I'll go get the tickets. I won't be too long.
I'm coming with you, and I'd at least like to pay for.
No, please, allow me. If you would.
Okay. I. Thank you.
Oh my god, that scared me silly. The part when the maid's face appeared out of nowhere in the hall about made me jump out of my seat.
Same here. And then it turns out she's the real heroine? Holy wow, that was something. I might cry again just thinking about that ending. I have to say, that wasn't scary at all.
No, not really. It felt like I knew everything that was going to happen.
Surely it's just a coincidence, right?
Probably. It wasn't exactly the same. And there are hundreds of horror movies set in old mansions.
Yeah, that's gotta be it.
I need to remember to look up the movie's staff. Is this where we find out that Morgana is actually living as a renowned film director? It's a long shot, but maybe someone we know was involved.
Though, even setting that aside, it wasn't a particularly scary movie. I don't think movies about ghosts will ever be able to scare me.
Oh, and why's that?
Because I kind of know what it's like, maybe?
Good point.
I feel like I would be more sad for them than scared, honestly. There's a lot more to this remembering your past life thing than I expected.
I'll say. All right. Are we ready to see a romance movie with our wife? Let's do this. How about this one?
Oh, the poster, the title? Everything about it oozes sappy romance. This was the last movie I would have expected you to pick, Michael. Is this something you actually want to watch? You didn't just choose it for me, right?
I have no particular objections to this movie, although I'm not especially interested in it either.
Oh, I know. You just want to see the lead actress naked.
I beg your pardon?
I mean, it is a romance movie, and that's an important part of romance.
Maybe so, but I don't appreciate you making it sound like I'm just a horny teenage boy. Yeah, otherwise we could go see Busty Maid Paradise. Exactly. I admitted I wanted to see Busty Maid Paradise.
Hmm. Well, if that's not why you chose it, I'm stumped.
What kind of person does she think I am? I simply thought it would be more appropriate for a date than, say, a horror film or a thriller. And crucially, it's the kind of movie I can only watch with you.
Ah, yeah. The audience does tend to be groups of women or couples. It would be pretty awkward going alone, huh?
That's not what I meant at all. I was just concerned with helping set the mood. But whatever, I suppose.
Well, you can rest easy today, Michael. Now you get to be the guy everyone's jealous of, walking into a sappy chick flick with a pretty girl on your arm. You can stop cursing every couple you walk past now.
Why are you acting like I'm some kind of sad, lonely loser?
You sure
Look the part. Ouch. All right, well, I'll go get the tickets. I won't be too long.
I'm coming with you, and I'd at least like to pay for.
No, please, allow me. If you would.
Okay. I. Thank you. Ah, that was wonderful. I can't stop thinking about the ending when they finally got together. I cried all the way through the credits and then some. I'm impressed with how well you held yourself together, Michael.
Well, you know, it wasn't so much a matter of me holding myself together as me being so focused on her I hardly paid attention to the movie. I spent the whole time thinking about how maybe I should try to hold her hand or something. Michael, you didn't even do that, man? Ah,
Exactly. But Michael, you can always watch Busty Made Paradise with me. Or we could film our own version.
that I have no idea what the movie was even about. And I didn't even manage to do that. I'm hopeless.
Michael?
Oh, yeah, right. It was a wonderful movie.
It was. So tell me, what was your favorite scene, Michael?
What? Uh, I. What was yours, Giselle?
It's a tough choice, but I'd have to go with the part where the girl's about to fall into a pit of lava and the guy risks death to save her.
What the hell kind of movie was that? Yeah, I agree. That part had me on the edge of my seat.
You don't remember a thing about the movie, do you, Michael?
Huh?
Why on earth would there be any lava pits? I swear you were distracted the whole time.
Sorry.
I was right, wasn't I? You don't like romance movies very much. I wanted you to pick something you would like, not force yourself to sit through something just for me.
It's not that I don't like them, just.
Next time we'll see something more to your tastes. Maybe a movie about a serial killer that targets couples.
Why do you think I have some kind of grudge against couples?
I mean, you look the part.
I probably deserved that, but still.
All right, so
What's next on the agenda? How was the animated movie the most successful? Although I guess the action movie was pretty successful as well. Look, Giselle can always trap us. We should know better at this point. I was thinking we could go to a cafe nearby and relax. Or maybe a park. The weather's quite nice.
let's go to the park then. I brought lunch for us.
Oh, you did?
Does that mess up your plans?
Oh, no, not at all. I'm thrilled. I love your cooking. Thank you.
This will be the first time you've had it in a millennium, huh?
Not something you hear every day. Yeah, look, I think personally my favorite one was the animated one just because I love the implication of them going home to watch South Park together. Like cozy domestic couple stuff with admittedly not a particularly cozy domestic couple show, but although I will say, Giselle getting a flamethrowing guitar was also very alluring. And then there's always Busty Made Paradise. Look, Giselle in full Mad Max mode was glorious, so I think that is a very good choice.
Oh, I just realized.
Hmm?
Are you all right spending so much time outside? You're still sensitive to sunlight, aren't you? Sorry, I should have asked you sooner, but it completely slipped my mind.
Don't worry, I'm fine. A lot of progress has been made in the last 1,000 years. My doctor has me using special sunscreen, and I make sure to keep a pair of sunglasses on me at all times. While it does still cause slight inconveniences, the difference between before is night and day. Yay! Modern science. There we go. But I guess the canon doesn't work for the action choice since she still has hair in reincarnation. Yeah, that length of hair doesn't grow back quite that fast.
I'm so glad to hear that.
I do kind of miss her short hair that she had at the beginning. Well, like the early timeline. I think that was cute still, but
I like this spot.
there certainly are a lot of people here. Though, I suppose it is the weekend.
Looking out at the beautiful scenery, everyone just quietly enjoying themselves. Life is good, wouldn't you say? Look at them. You can even nap here.
The weather's great, so I can hardly blame them.
Would you like to join the fun after we eat? My lap is yours for the napping.
Yes. Michael, say yes. Uh, I would love absolutely nothing more, but I don't want to answer too quickly and come off as clingy or creepy. Plus, I feel like it would be rude to sleep on our first date.
Let's spread out the blanket and have lunch then, shall we? I made an assortment of sandwiches.
You snooze, you lose. Exactly, lap pillow. Like, look, if he doesn't want it, I'll take it. Let me nap on hot maid. Thank you very much. The sandwiches were delicious.
Oh no, it was my pleasure. I'd love to make you something a little more hearty next time. You'll have to come over sometime.
I'd be happy to, but don't you live with your family?
Would that make it too awkward?
I'll wear my best suit and bring a gift.
That would just make it even more awkward. My mom and sister are relaxed, friendly girls. Make yourself right at home.
And your father? I know he passed away when she was young in our previous lives.
Oh, my dad?
And I guess it's the same this time around.
Oh, God, I forgot about him. He's always like, if you bring a guy home, I'll make sure he never comes back again.
Right. I'm glad to hear he's alive and well.
He's a bit overprotective. I don't think he actually means it, though.
I'll have to meet them eventually. So I'll make sure I'm ready for anything.
And, how are your parents, Michael?
They're doing fine. They live in the suburbs not far from here, and I go back to visit occasionally.
Oh, neat. It sounds like things are pretty different for both of us this time around. Out of curiosity, are your parents Lady Lydia and Lord Anthony?
I don't think the Lord and Lady is necessary.
Force a habit.
But no, they're not my parents this time. Thank God. And ever since my memories came back, I've had odd moments of dissociation where my life doesn't feel like it belongs to me.
Oh, yeah, that's happened to me a few times too. Some things are the same as before, but a lot's changed. Sometimes memories of my old family come back to me, and I start wishing I could see them again. Tell me,
Hmm?
am I any different?
Uh,
I am, aren't I? I can't possibly be the exact same person I was back then. I have a different family, different values. I was raised in a different environment.
the same could be said of me. I have led a very different life than my previous one. Yeah, we didn't spend like 10 years locked in a tower mansion thing, so somehow we still grew up socially awkward though, so I've read that we're always changing, that we're never exactly the same person we were even a second ago.
Oh,
Cells are constantly dying and dividing. Around 10% of the bone tissue in your body is replaced every year. I can hardly be considered the same man I was merely a few years ago, never mind in an entirely different life.
I guess.
And that's just on a physiological level. The mind is the same way. I didn't think and feel the same way as a child as I do now. We are, in essence, in a perpetual state of transformation.
I still think of you as the same Michael, though.
And I you. That's all there is to it. While scientifically speaking, we may be constantly changing, we're still able to recognize each other as each other. And perhaps that is the nature of the soul. That is the most romantic thing we are ever going to say in our entire life. Um, there we go, Michael waxing philosophical about the ship of Theseus. And exactly, Giselle, it doesn't matter how different you are, we will fall in love with you all over again. I will say she's definitely different from the last time we were with her because she was pretty much psychologically destroyed the last time that we were with her. So I feel like this is a step up. It's a good thing. She still carries some of the psychological trauma, but we're not having to pull her out of the depths of despair. So I love the Giselle of a second ago, the Giselle of the present, and the Giselle of every second to come. All is one.
I. Me too. Now that is something the old Michael would never have said.
Could never have said, I imagine.
Jeez, you caught me off guard and now I'm all flustered.
I can refrain in the future if you would prefer.
No, no, don't even think about it. Tell me more. I want to hear more.
Uh, I'll see what I can do.
Way to kill the mood, Captain Awkward.
Putting pressure on me like that isn't making this any easier.
You really aren't all that different, are you?
Probably not.
I still sometimes wonder if maybe this is all a dream. I honestly wasn't sure we would ever cross paths, that we would ever have this reunion. I even questioned whether anything I remembered was true. Maybe I was just delusional. No one believes in reincarnation or past lives today, so it was sometimes hard to believe it myself.
But still, you came looking.
For as much as I couldn't believe, I wanted to believe 10 times more that our time together, the things I felt, that everything that took place in that mansion wasn't just my delusion. And I'm so glad I did.
As am I. I felt much the same way. I thought I was confused, my mind playing tricks on me. But as time passed and the fog slowly cleared, I felt a strange certainty that I would find you if I went there. And I'm so glad I did.
I wonder what everyone else is up to.
Everyone else.
I mean, we're here, so it wouldn't be that strange if everyone else that was trapped in the mansion were too. On my way to go see you that day, I actually ran into someone who he might have known.
Oh?
A man with wavy hair lost his hat in the wind, and I picked it up for him. When he saw me, he asked if we had met before, and the way he talked, it sounded like he was looking for someone.
Huh.
Do you want to maybe see if we can find them?
And do what?
I don't know. Have a class reunion?
A 1,000-year reunion would be quite the unusual event. I wouldn't mind seeing them, although I don't think we should go out of our way looking. They have their own lives now, much like we ours. We're free from the shackles that once bound us, and we should continue to be free to walk our own paths.
Yeah, you're right. Though I do kind of hope we run into each other sometimes.
If we do, that simply means we were traveling intersecting paths.
I like the sound of that. The hand of fate guides us.
Indeed. Though, to tell you the truth, until recently, I didn't believe in fate or miracles or souls, anything that couldn't be demonstrated by science.
Oh, you didn't? Well, I guess that's normal in this day and age.
But now that I've experienced it for myself, I can no longer not believe.
It would be hard not to. Michael?
I know I just said we shouldn't go out of our way to look for anyone, but there is one person I would like to find.
Oh, I know, your brothers!
I said one person, though I would like to see them too. I was referring to her. I promised her that when we met again, we would be friends.
I'd like that too. To see her again, to be friends, and to put a smile on her face. Well, I think we've done enough relaxing to last all week. What's next on the schedule? I mean, I wouldn't mind staying here all day if that's what you want.
I was thinking we could head into town, maybe do some window shopping.
Sounds like a plan.
Was there something funny about that?
Just who would have thought the day would come when you would suggest we go out on the town together?
I wasn't holed up in there because I wanted to be. If things were different, I would have had no problem going outside.
If you say so, Michael.
Giselle calling us out again.
Oh, speaking of books,
Hmm?
have you ever thought about writing anything, Michael?
Write a novel? Why would I?
We've had some rather unique experiences, and I thought that maybe they might make a good book.
I mean, they already got written into a movie, so. First of all, I have the writing ability of a 7th grader.
Oh, that's surprising.
Do I look like the writing type?
You're smart. It seems like something you'd be good at.
I would probably be a much better conversationalist if I were any good with words.
I wasn't actually sure if you realized how bad you were at that.
I can assure you, I'm well aware.
But you know, being able to express yourself verbally and on paper are two completely different skill sets. It may take you an hour to come up with exactly the right words to use, but writing doesn't have a time limit.
Regardless, I don't think I could write about that. How about you? I suspect you might be the better fit for the job.
What? Me? I don't think I'd make a very good writer either. And this is going to sound silly coming from me, as the one who suggested it, but I think it might be best to keep our memories to ourselves. Putting something so personal, so special like that out for all the world to see kind of makes it lose a little bit of that magic, you know?
I agree with you wholeheartedly. And so much of those experiences, I could never put into words, no matter what I thought of my own writing ability. Nor am I interested in putting them on display. They're precious in part because they're our experiences, and I would like to keep it that way.
Yeah, Well, it sounds like we're in agreement, so next topic. We should buy something while we're here. Then we can sit shoulder to shoulder on the sofa and read together.
Uh, I have no objections. However, it might be best to buy separately, so we each have something we can enjoy.
One book, one couch, a trip down memory lane.
Pardon?
You remember that time we sat by the fireplace together, reading from the same book? You were so stiff and cold. That was before we had fallen in love, even. But that was right about the time we started getting closer. Or do you not remember?
Of course I do. I remember that day crystal clear. I heated up some awful wine on the fire, then we made ourselves nice and warm and read a book of adventure stories. As I recall, I was not yet especially kind to you at that point in time. Although, I still consider it a happy memory.
In that case, how about we look for something nice and old to spark some more of those memories?
Yes, let's. They're so cute. But also, it would be so frustrating trying to read the same book as someone. Like, I would get so bored. I'm a fairly quick reader, and so waiting for someone else to finish would just annoy the shit out of me. So if that's a good couples activity for them, that's great. It would not be for me.
I can't believe the sun's already set. Why can't there be more time in the day?
Your parents will probably be worried if you're out much longer. Let me walk you to the station.
Hmm,
Giselle?
give me 3 seconds.
Hmm? That's her phone. I presume she's calling home. Is she coming home with us?
Hey, Mom? I'm out with a couple friends, and you'll never guess what happened. We ran into a few girls I haven't seen since high school.
Huh?
We're going to be staying the night at one of their houses so we can catch up. I'll be back sometime.
Tomorrow. Okay, she's just inviting herself over.
Yep, I've got everything. See ya. Well, you heard me.
Uh, are you sure about this? And do you lie to your mother like that all the time?
I just haven't told her I have a boyfriend yet, and I don't have the time to have that conversation with her tonight. Unless you don't want there to be a tonight.
I I didn't think you were the lying type.
I can be a bad girl when I feel like it. She believed me without a second thought because I'm normally so well behaved. I've never given her a reason not to trust me.
And you're sure about this?
Would you rather I go home?
I never said that. It's just we have plenty of time ahead of us. There's no need to rush anything.
I tried to hide it and probably not done the best job of it, but I've been over the moon all day today. And who wouldn't be? I finally reunited with the man I spent an eternity waiting for. And today's the first day I get to spend any real time with him. It might seem like we have all the time in the world, but you never know what might be waiting around the corner. We've both experienced that reality firsthand. Were you not as excited as me, Michael? Have I been getting myself worked up over this all by myself like an idiot? Was I alone in thinking this would be the most important day of my life?
No, of course not. When I saw you last week, the last thing I wanted to do was let you go home. I wanted to carry you back with me right then and there. But I didn't want to put you in a position where I was forcing you to uproot your own life, possibly getting in the way of your education.
If any time called for a little pushiness, that was it. Yes, this was just an ordinary date, but it's a miracle it ever happened.
I'm sorry. I want to spend as much time with you as I can, Giselle. Will you stay with me?
Absolutely. Oh, and there's another thing that's changed about you, Michael. You learned some basic social skills, like reading between the lines.
You act like I wouldn't have been able to figure out what you wanted me to say back then. Okay, you're right. I probably wouldn't have.
I didn't think you'd concede that one.
Anyway, What now? Should we find a restaurant and have supper?
Remember what I said about being pushy? Now's the time.
Uh, Meaning,
Y- you're going to make me spell it out for you? I want you
to.
to, you know, take me to your.
Uh, oh, of course. I would love to take you back to my crap.
Hmm?
It's still a complete mess. But if I bring her to a hotel, it'll look like that's all I'm in it for. I just need to ask her to wait for a little bit to buy me enough time to at least make it look like a tornado didn't just pass through.
Michael. Oh, let me guess. Your place isn't presentable?
Well, that might be putting it lightly.
How many naughty posters do you have?
Not a one!
What about blow up dolls?
Even fewer. What do you think I am?
You don't need to hide anything from me, Michael. No matter how strange your fetishes are, I promise I won't judge you.
Exactly. It's gonna look like we're like a tornado when we're done. Like, come on.
I love the old Michael, and I love the new Michael, all as one.
I did not expect my declaration of love in the park to be turned around on me quite like this. I swear there's nothing weird about my place. I've just been so busy with work lately, I haven't had a chance to clean, so it's a bit of a wreck.
Oh, well, if that's all it is, I'll gladly help you make it sparkle.
No, I'm not bringing you over to have you clean for me. Please, give me maybe 30 minutes. You can.
Nope,
What?
I'm not spending 30 minutes, even 30 seconds, away from you just because your place is a little messy.
It won't be long, I swear.
No doesn't mean not long, it means no. I lied to my mom so I could have this time with you. And think about it. Wouldn't it be better for both of us if I could see you as you are, not how you want to look for me? To help pave the way for our future.
She's going to have me under her thumb for the rest of my life, isn't she? She is. Michael, this is your life now, and I love it for you, man. You need this. She's projecting so hard.
Off we go then. First some groceries, then back to your place.
Off we go.
And here we... I said I wouldn't judge you, but I don't think I can keep that promise.
What'd I tell you?
All right, time to roll up our sleeves and make this place shine. Oh, this kind of reminds me of 1,000 years ago. Here's hoping I don't suffocate in a cloud of dust this time. See, that didn't take too long between the two of us.
I apologize for making it take any of your time.
Oh, don't be, really. I'm mostly glad it didn't turn out to be a bunch of gross, rotting food. Swarming with bugs would be a bridge too far, I think. And I can tell you've been busy from all the thick books and stacks of papers.
Thin reference manuals or document stacks are a rarity. I try to keep as much of it digitally as I can, but a lot of these papers and reports aren't available in any other format.
You're a systems engineer, was it?
That's right. I was working at a company until a few years back, but I've been keeping steady work as a contractor lately.
Wow. I'm amazed. The Michael I knew would cower at the sound of the word work and could have hardly survived for 3 days on his own.
We are just roasting this man.
Before I found you, I assumed you'd be a noble like last time.
So you assumed I was a helpless shut-in.
And boy, am I glad you didn't turn out to be King Neat again.
I'm glad not to have disappointed you.
I also kind of suspected you would end up making video games.
I hardly even play games. She has 1,000 years worth of roasts to unload. All those things she didn't get to say because of this whole tragedy, they're all just coming out now. What gave you that idea?
I'm not sure. Visions of a parallel universe, perhaps?
I'm not even going to ask. What about you? Do you have a dream job, Giselle?
I want to open a shop. Maybe it's because I came from a merchant family in my last life, but I've always been interested in running some kind of store. I'm even majoring in economics.
Huh, I like that idea.
If I do manage to get something up and running, I hope you'll help out.
Absolutely. I'll do anything I can if it leads to a brighter future for you.
Oh, I love them. Okay, well, I'm going to borrow your kitchen for a bit.
Is there anything I can help with? You made lunch too, so I'd feel awful doing nothing.
Last I checked, you and cooking were a dangerous mix.
I'd like to think my taste buds are a little more refined this time around.
Hopefully. In that case, I think I'll have you chop the veggies. But I'm the one who puts everything together, okay?
She doesn't believe me. I don't know that I would believe you, Michael.
I'm stuffed.
It was wonderful, thank you. Watching you work is like watching someone perform magic.
Was I doing something funny you didn't tell me about?
No, that's not what I meant. Just the way you managed to make everything so perfect without even looking at a recipe.
Well, cooking is kind of a hobby of mine. But I lost a bit of preparation time to cleaning, so I couldn't make everything I wanted to. Next time, I'll make you something real fancy, though.
Oh, interesting. So Seventh Code is an alternate universe from this, but with the same characters. Well, if Michael's a video game engineer, maybe he is. Like a roast chicken?
Let's save that one for Christmas.
I don't think when we have it makes the sight of just the two of us sitting around a large roast chicken any less ludicrous, though. Oh, yeah, shall we open the wine now?
So you only brought me home so you could get me drunk and have your way with me? I'm just kidding.
Only consensually.
What?
I'm joking. Let's have some wine, shall we?
I never said I wasn't okay with it.
Oh, this is still a ways out, but I thought I would mention I'm going to be moving sometime next year.
Oh, but this is a perfectly fine apartment.
I mentioned my parents lived in the suburbs a little ways from here, right? Well, they're planning to buy a new house soon, so I'll be taking over their old place. No point in letting it sit unused, I figure.
Wow. Is your family rich then?
Not extravagantly wealthy or anything, but reasonably well off.
Looks like nobility runs in your blood after all.
That's the literal definition, yes, but I don't think that's how it works. Anyway, it's bigger than here, so I was hoping you could come join me once things settle down at school.
You're asking me to move in with you?
I am.
Absolutely, I'd love to. In fact, I was planning to start bringing stuff over here soon anyway. I didn't think you'd be the one to ask me.
I figured it doesn't hurt to be pushy every now and then.
Oh, I'm so excited. Let me know when you have a date. I'll help with the move.
Certainly. I'm quite looking forward to it as well.
Thank you for letting me use your shower, Michael. And your clothes.
No problem. Although they are rather big on you, if a little tight around the chest.
My heart's kind of starting to race now. In a different house, wearing different clothes, with a different smell.
Smell? I'm pretty sure that's clean. Should I get you something else?
No, no, they don't smell. They smell like you, which makes me smile. Oh God, what am I saying?
I'm smiling like so widely my mouth hurts a little bit. It's fine. Oh, I forgot to mention. I only have one bed.
The perfect number.
Well then, right this way.
After you. Hey, Michael? Are you nervous?
Not at all. We've slept together before, in the past.
Oh, yeah, I suppose we have. But this time feels different. My heart's pounding like crazy.
I take it back. I'm nervous too.
Hey,
Mm.
can we hold hands?
I love how our lovemaking scene that we're guessing is going to start with holding hands. I love them. I just love them. Sure.
I want you to know that I'm the happiest girl in the world right now. So happy I'm scared I'll wake up and it will all be a dream. Or tomorrow will come and it'll all be torn away from me.
I thought I was supposed to be the worrywart, and you the eternal optimist.
Normally,
You have nothing to fear. I will never let go of this hand again.
no vanishing on me or pushing me away or anything like that, okay?
I promise. Let's make this happiness into something that lasts forever. You and me, together.
No getting bored of me once I'm over the hill either.
I would never. Besides, I'll be making it there well ahead of you.
I expect you to grow up to be the classiest 40 something in town, and don't you forget it.
I'll try not to disappoint you.
Hey, Michael, I love you more than anything in the world. Thank you so much for finding me in this life.
And thank you for waiting so long and never giving up, both in this life and the last. Giselle, I love you too.
Hmm. Good night, Michael.
I love them.
Wake up! Wake up, Michael!
Ugh, so bright. I thought I shut the curtains.
Morning, sleepyhead.
Giselle, good morning.
Uh, Wait, forget that. Do over.
Mm?
Ahem. Good morning, Master. I hope you slept well.
I can say without a doubt, I have never slept better, nor awoken to a more pleasant sight in my entire life. And so, their happy ending continues on. I love them. She's into the maid play, as she should be. Look, it, she's had to work it before, so
I believe I'm on the second floor. Ah, yeah, there it is. But I need my key to get in. The landlord should be able to help me with that. He lives upstairs, if I'm not mistaken. Oh my, why hello there. Are you our new neighbor? Yes, I move in today.
were you not told where to find your key?
It was a rather sudden move, so perhaps it was missed in the confusion.
Oh, is that so?
Well, your key's right here, darling, on the back of your mailbox door.
Here you are.
Thank you. You don't smile much, do you, darling?
It's a real shame. You were very pretty.
I've just never been very good at it. Practice makes perfect. Thank you for your assistance, and it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Good day.
Oh, why, thank you too, darling.
Well, I should go.
Before you go,
Hmm? Make sure to stop by and say hi to the landlord. I I assumed you were.
oh, heavens, no, I live on the third floor. The landlord's one level up on the very top floor.
My apologies for the confusion. It's the weekend, so he should be home.
He recently took over for his parents, and my oh my, he is the prettiest young man I have ever seen. I'm not sure how a man would take to being called pretty, but I'll be darned if there's a better word to describe him. If I were another 30 years younger, I might have tried to go after him myself. You can't be what, 15, 16 years old? Still in high school and already living on your own. You're moving fast, darling. Are your parents? I am. I have a lot to unpack, so I really should get going. Oh dear, so sorry for keeping you. If you need anything, just give me a shout, okay? Or the landlord. I'm sure he'll be happy to help too. It was a pleasure meeting you, darling. You too, ma'am. Yeah, I'm guessing this is Morgana, so. She's a bit overwhelming. I hope the landlord isn't quite so boisterous. She said he was a pretty young man. Well, I should at least say hello. I can leave my bags inside and unpack when I'm done. Oh, a butterfly. How did you get in here? It's moving kind of sluggishly. Don't worry, I'll get you back outside where you belong. Take care. This is the place. I'm not looking forward to this. Too many new people in one day. Coming! It'll be just a second. A woman's voice? But the landlord's a man, isn't he? Maybe his sister. Or wife? I'll get it. Wait, that voice. It's probably the new girl. We should both go out to greet her. Uh, Yep, you were right. It's our new neighbor. It's a pleasure to have you. And. Aww. We meet again. See you again. I love them. I I just I love them. Oh, we've unlocked the final one. I think the final one was the one that we needed to that was the big thing. So, let's do this. Yeah, we have time. Maybe. Fragment. Oh, it's Morgana. So, what's on the agenda for the day? What I want to do? There isn't anything in particular. Don't give me that look. I don't know what people do for recreation because, unlike someone, I didn't have a life of leisure and luxury. Yes, that's right, I'm a dreadfully boring person. I imagine you've begun to regret bringing such a dull girl with you. This must be picking up right after a Requiem for Innocence. Because didn't Jacopo have the. Um. Oh, why do we have a choice? We're going to save. Because I feel like we should. Anytime we have a choice, I feel like we should save. But, anyway, so at the end of Requiem for Innocence, we saw Jacopo's delusion, I guess, as he died. And this is looks like it, so. All right. Not in the slightest. If you say so. But you choose what we're doing today, all right? Huh? You want me to sing? I don't mind. What are you laughing about? You didn't think I would agree. Okay, fine. I won't sing. Puppy dog eyes won't change my mind either. That's that. I'm not going to sing. Alone, that is. Yes, you're singing with me. Go find someone who has a lute and ask to borrow it. You don't get a say in the matter. You did ask to borrow that, right? And got permission? None of the shenanigans you pulled at the festival. We need to remain on good terms with everyone if we're going to live here. Well, good. I'm glad you could manage that much. At some point, if we're going to do this again, you should purchase your own so you don't have to borrow one. It would certainly make things simpler, wouldn't it? Next time a merchant is in town, if they're selling a lute, buy it.
It doesn't have to be anything fancy. As long as it has strings capable of making music, that's adequate. And if it's out of tune, you can tune it. You can at least manage that, can't you? It's exactly how you described it all those many years ago. Fields of wheat as far as the eye can see, swaying back and forth like waves in an ocean of gold. I had assumed that after all this time, you would have lost your fondness for such rustic scenery. That you preferred bustling cities, heavily guarded fortresses, and merchants peddling unusual wares. But it seems I was wrong, thankfully. Huh? Yes, I am quite fond of areas like this. They're pleasant and relaxing. I wonder if this is really where my real father came from. I never told you this, but in my village I was revered as a saint, worshipped as the daughter of God. And to this day, a part of me still sees myself as such.
Oh, we have another option. Except for it's not really an option. I'm not gonna save. I don't... Mostly because I don't have any other options, so we're just gonna tell her you're just an ordinary girl.
Maybe so. You've said as much so many times now, I'm almost beginning to believe it. That is entirely on you, yes. If I truly am, then I have a father somewhere. One night, I overheard my mother muttering something. At the time, I assumed it was just a dream, but if what she said was true, my father was a mere vagrant. A man whose face I never once saw, whose name I never heard.
Why are we asking if she'd like to meet him? I feel like that's... We're gonna do it. I have no other options, so...
Frankly, I'm not sure. I wouldn't know what to say even if I did. He might not even know I exist.
Is this going to be like one of those, like, and behind door number 1, we have your father?
It didn't sound like he had any interest in staying with my mother, which does not speak particularly well of his character. If he had chosen to stay instead of abandoning her, then she wouldn't have had to lie about having a virgin birth. Maybe we could have even been a normal family, and the entire course of my life could have been different. What? Why is that your first reaction? You're not going to hunt him down and give him a piece of your mind, no. Any form of violence is forbidden. Not even if it's for my sake. Too many people have been hurt already. Which isn't to say I don't understand what you meant when you said the world would trample all over you if you didn't have the strength to fight back. As children, we were both helpless to fight back against a cruel world. But I stand by what I said. No more. I once believed you to be a weak man, but I've realized I was mistaken. I now know you have more than enough strength, enough to take the lives of countless men. Some part of me always knew. But that's all the more reason. I don't want you to hurt anyone else ever again. To take any more lives.
All right, I won't, I guess.
You swear it? I will have no choice but to deem you utterly irredeemable if you break that promise. Understood? What? No, that doesn't mean I think you presently have redeeming qualities. Have you lost your mind? Honestly, this is not the time for silly do you like me games. Don't tell me you're waiting for an answer. Because you're never getting one.
Is there a reason why Jacopo's not getting any dialogue boxes? I have no idea. if I'm being completely honest. Um, I don't know how we're having this conversation. So I'm very lost as to what's happening, and I have a feeling it doesn't bode particularly well, but
What? Fine, if you want to know what I think so badly. No, I don't much care for you. Oh, yes, so I was wondering. Other towns celebrate midsummer as well, yes? I see. So it's a fairly standard summertime tradition. Huh? If you asked me to go, I would not object.
yeah, maybe. What if this is an imagination of what Morgana wants to hear from Jacopo? Possibly. Or what Jacopo wants to hear from Morgana. I have no idea.
What? Yes, I'm not particularly fond of the commotion, but it's a unique experience. There were no such festivals in the village where I was born. It was so small. There was little in the way of entertainment to speak of. Perhaps I was their entertainment. A real saint appearing would indeed be cause for celebration. Life in the Lord's custody was miserable, but I'm not sure it would have been much different had I stayed.
Drive safe.
Maybe getting out was ultimately better for me. It was hardly all good times by any stretch of the imagination, but it did allow me to experience a more normal world. Oh, there you go again. I've long since tired of hearing you go on about ambitions. Yes, yes, I know. My definition of normal is too impoverished for you. I've heard it a dozen times now. But this is what I know. So climb down off your high horse and adjust. I'm not so accommodating a girl as to unconditionally support you in your endless endeavors to climb up and up and up. In fact, I intend to kick you back down any time you start trying. So keep yourself in check. I used to think I didn't have any right to interfere with your dream. But now I'll be doing everything in my power to stand in your way. Keep that in mind.
Alright, then I'll just have to find a new dream.
Excuse me? So you're going to look for a different way to be a fool then?
Uh, we don't need any help looking for a way to be a fool. We are Jacopo, so...
Did you hear a single word I said?
Every single one, yes.
Why do I even bother? So what madness is brewing in that hollow skull of yours now?
Uh-oh. Oh my god, we're going cheesy. Oh no. Okay. Cheesy is cute when it comes to Giselle and Michael. I have less patience for Jacopo, just inherently, I think. But that's okay. I'm going to win your heart.
That was even worse than I imagined. You're possibly the world's biggest fool. Oh, what is it now? You want me to call you by your name? Why would I waste my breath?
Listen to how many times I'm saying your name. Except for the fact I haven't said your name a single time.
You're not yourself today. You're never so forward. It's not right. Perhaps you ate something moldy. Besides, your name is just another word. It's nothing to get so worked up about. What are you, a child?
Something feels really wrong here. I can't put my finger on it. Disappointed I'm not what you thought. Guess I have to actually select it.
I never said that. I'm, I'm not going to call you by your name, understood? For heaven's sake. Let's change the subject. The way you're silently staring at me is making my skin crawl. So, the lute. I would like you to teach me how to play the lute. Why? Is there something wrong with me wanting to know how to play? I suppose it is unusual, perhaps. I never had a chance to learn much of anything, though. I know little of how people normally entertain themselves. So I want you to catch me up on what I missed. And don't get upset if I'm a slow study. You do have an impossibly short fuse, after all. Uh, Something else. Let's see. You know how to fish, don't you? You would go to the river sometimes, as I recall. We still don't know much about this area. Perhaps there are rivers or lakes nearby. So, teach me how to do that too. All right. Come on, don't just stare at me. And do you know any words other than okay? Good heavens.
Will you say my name?
You don't know when to give up, do you?
Are we not actually Jacopo? Like, is that why we keep going on about this?
Is it that important to you?
I don't want you to forget. I don't want you to forget me again. I don't want you to forget what I look like, the sound of my voice, or how I feel about you. I don't want you to forget what we talked about, what kind of man I was, or all the time we shared together. Okay, I think we are Jacopo. Never mind. Please, don't forget me.
Why would you ask me that now? I was hoping to. If I had remembered, would anything have been any different? Could we have not ended up so far down the wrong path? If I had gone and found you, would that have stopped you from becoming what you did? No, forget it. It's not worth thinking about.
Oh, can I hug you?
Pardon? You don't need to ask for permission for every little thing. You've always been like that. Always asked permission, or had me initiate any kind of physical contact. Except when you would put that ointment on my face, that is. Even that morning when you carried me home, you wouldn't just pick me up. You made me climb onto your back.
I mean, girl, you've had like so little agency over your life. Like, that's like the least we could have done. Because I promised I wouldn't touch you without permission.
You actually kept that ancient promise for all those years? Is there no end to your stupidity? I swear. Someone needs to come up with a new word to describe you. Do as you please. Look at you, a grown man shaking like a fawn. Sometimes I can't tell if you have a heart of stone or of glass. Though I suppose I'm not terribly different in that regard. Unable to even speak my heart unless there's no one else around. Unable to face you except through this childish fantasy. Not even able to show any vulnerability. You once said, who knows how many years ago, that being this close has the effect of making us more open. Well, I I despise you more than anything in this vast world. You showed me happiness, and then you showed me the depths of absolute despair. I have no idea what to do with you, so I didn't do anything. I couldn't do anything. What other choice did I have? Yet here you are, still lingering. After I released your soul, you went and put on a new set of shackles. What was even the point? Tell me, how many times have you tried to grasp at this illusion? How many times have you punished yourself? I suppose, if you want to think I'm just part of your illusion, I won't stop you. This whole realm is an impossibly idealistic fantasy. That's fine. It makes it easier for me to say this. I do regret some of what I did, that I misdirected my anger. Oh, yes, I still revile you, of course, but even more so, I'm heartbroken.
Oh, Morgana.
How did it all end up like that? So far gone, so irreversibly off the path. It was my words that ultimately pushed you over the edge, wasn't it? I want to make amends. I don't need your atonement. I told you already. It's all done. No curses, no forgiveness. Nothing more between us. Ever again. Why then? Why am I here? Talking to you. It's foolish. We're hopeless fools, the both of us. But it's not my fault. This realm is overflowing with so much warmth. I can't hold back everything I've kept locked away all those centuries. But in the end, I just feel wretched about it all. I would have rather never remembered. We spent our lives trying so hard to suppress those memories, fighting against our pasts, just as we're doing now. All right, that's quite enough. Would you please let go of me now? Hello? I said let go. Let go of me. I love you.
Okay, now let go, please. I'm so worried. Poor Morgana. Like, ugh. I'm really worried because we have done enough of reincarnation to know that she's in some sort of trouble sometime in space and time and all of that, and I don't want it to be right here. Like, is this why this is so important?
And I hate you. I'll never feel anything but hatred for you. There's nothing left in my heart but that. This is simply me showing pity for a pathetic lost soul.
I was never able to let go of you.
Maybe you should have said so back then. Though I suppose you couldn't have. I had someone else to lead my way. All you could do was sit back and watch me go. You were never one who could cry in front of others, or hold on to someone for support. You had to rely on this sad fantasy to bring yourself to hold me. There truly is no hope for you. So what now? Are you just going to stay here, all alone for the rest of eternity? Many, many ages ago, when I was still a child, I looked up to you. I might have even had some fondness for you. What? Perhaps so. Perhaps it would have been better if we had done this sooner. I want you. I want you to forget everything I've said. This is a realm where none of those terrible things ever happened, isn't it? So I'd like to indulge in this childish dream for a little while longer. Have you finally calmed down? Act smug all you want. I saw everything. I know good and well just how sad a man you truly are. uh, Someone's waving to us in the distance. I'm still not particularly good with strangers, but the people in this land are also kind. And you'll be holding my hand, won't you?
Of course. Let's go.
Yes. Let us be off, Jacopo.
I'm glad she's getting her happy, and oh, I love that picture of her.
Rather than showing you the world, one day, someday, I'd like to bring you somewhere where your body and spirit can rest easy. Not as atonement for my sins, but because I want to see it too.
Oh, look at them! Oh, that's so cute! Oh. You know, I am very happy that they get their happy ending, even if it's not a real happy ending, right? That still doesn't wrap up like how she's in trouble in reincarnation, but I assume we'll find out. But I think that finishes up a Requiem for Innocence for us. So we are going to end here for tonight. Next stream is Tuesday, 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific. As a reminder, that is our group stream. So we'll be playing the Great Ace Attorney 2, which that is heating up if you are watching those streams. Otherwise, you can join us for Thursday and Sunday streams as well. Below is the link to our YouTube channel. You can go rewatch any of our old stuff, including most of this game and everything that came before. Because it's been actually very interesting. I did go back and watch a couple of the earlier streams the other day, and other than the fact of how wrong we were at the very beginning about what was happening, they were just interesting to watch. Like, it's very interesting to go back and see the plot from the beginning, knowing everything we know now. So, apologies, I've got a dry spot in my throat. Great audio right there. Anyways, thanks for hanging out tonight, and see you on Tuesday. Have a good night, all. Bye.